was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam.
I'm robbing y'all. Phelps does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated.
Looks like Floyd Mayweather might have just wrecked his own reputation. He recently claimed he spent $42 million on apartments in Manhattan, but reports are telling a different story. There's no record of any such purchase. He was flexing online about owning entire buildings without any partners, but now it all seems phony. This could seriously damage his credibility for good. As Floyd Mayweather approaches 50, his obsession with showing off his wealth hasn't faded. He keeps sharing videos flashing designer outfits, private jets, and ridiculous stacks of cash. But critics say this constant need to prove he's successful is exactly what's driving him toward financial trouble. Instead of building long-term security, he's fueling a fantasy.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old to feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people, try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angelique started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50.
In one viral video, Floyd spreads out stacks of cash on a table like it's a buffet. He waves around bundles of $100 bills like they're trophies. But when someone always feels the need to flash actual cash, it usually sends one clear message: insecurity. Real wealth is quiet. Real wealth doesn't need to constantly prove itself online.
Money made all day. Right here, a light million. Over there, counting up another million over there. Walk with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me take you into my life. So Andrew Jackson, of course, is on the 20. Benjamin Franklin right here. Money made all day. We in the bank, doing what we do best, counting money.
Not too long ago, Floyd was slapped with a ban for promoting shady financial scams. He backed sketchy crypto projects and other quick cash schemes. Once the ban was lifted, he jumped right back in, this time partnering with Kim Kardashian for another NFT promotion. It's clear he hasn't learned his lesson. He's just making the same greedy mistakes all over again.
One of the best middleweights of all time is fighting this weekend.
From avoiding taxes to allegedly being held in Dubai over unpaid jewelry, Floyd's past is full of financial chaos. These aren't isolated events. They're part of a disturbing pattern. It's not just about the money he's losing. It's about losing trust, credibility, and control over how the public sees him.
When Floyd Mayweather was banned for 3 years from promoting securities after scamming his fans with an ICO called Centratech. He was promoting tons of these ICO scams at the time, and he also narrowly avoided an ICO fraud lawsuit for the same thing under the defense that he wasn't actually influential enough to convince people to buy the scam. And now that it's 2022, his 3-year securities ban is over, and he's back to scamming again. He's currently being sued once again for his promotion of Ethereum Max alongside Kim Kardashian, and also has gotten really into NFTs.
And if you in the NFT world and you betting on me, you will never lose. But what I need you to do right now, go get Mayweather. That's my new NFT. I've been working on that for months. If I win, you win.
Now, it's pretty obvious from these comments that Floyd has learned nothing after not reading the SEC settlement. So maybe that's why he tells us we can't lose by betting on him. So let's put that to the test with his last 3 NFT projects.
I'm dropping my NFT tonight. FloydNFT.com, August 10th. Go get it right now. Matter of fact, don't even wait till August 10th. Get it now. My NFT. Own a piece of my legacy. Floyd Money Mayweather. I'm not just in 30% or 40%. Full 100%. I'm all the way in.
Now, Floyd's World was indeed a huge success for Floyd Mayweather, who raked in $4.9 million. But what happened to his fans? Well, they're furious because the price of this NFT has collapsed over 90%, and they angrily responded in the comment section, "You already have an NFT project. It's called @RealFloydNFT. You released it last year and then stopped working on it immediately after. Have you been punched in the head so much you're forgetting these things now?"
Floyd's earned millions, but he's also faced accusations of taking money for events and merchandise that never came through. Fans have paid for meet and greets, appearances, and exclusive content, only to be left empty-handed. A TikTok expose even revealed how much of his brand is just smoke and mirrors, built more on hype than actual value. Floyd bragged about making $100 million from the Conor-McGregor fight, calling it a major financial win, but insiders and experts have cast serious doubt on those claims.
It turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Chael Sonnen, a fellow fighter and master of trash talk, didn't hold back in his take. He said Floyd's issue isn't making money, it's how he spends it. According to Sonnen, Floyd's no longer in the ring for pride or passion. Now it's all about the paycheck, the flashy lifestyle, the luxury cars, the private jets. But that lifestyle comes with a price. Floyd's gone from fighting for titles to fighting to pay the bills.
What's the biggest fight you've ever had? Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which ironically is a boxing event, but it's the biggest combat sports fight ever.
What did that gross?
It did 4.4 or 4.5 million buys at $100 a buy.
Yeah. So that worked out okay.
It did.
Floyd Mayweather often ties wealth to success, using social media as a platform to show off his riches. From piles of cash to high-end cars, his posts are packed with status symbols. While Mayweather views this as a sign of achievement, critics, like Shannon Sharpe, have voiced concerns. They say his constant flaunting might point to bad financial habits and a fixation on image rather than stability. Instead of focusing on long-term wealth, Mayweather seems more driven by impressing others. That obsession with material things, some argue, could eventually pull his attention away from smart money decisions and lead to serious financial problems down the road.
No, Floyd's not going to do MMA, but he is going to box again. He's enjoying this attention. It's been very smart what he did. I think it surprised him. I think he was just going out to have a little bit of fun. I don't think he realized he could get 4 and 5 weeks of headlines out of this, but he does need to box again, for sure. I mean, you call it breaking news, but I will tell you unequivocally right now, Floyd Mayweather does and is planning to box one more time.
And the motivation behind getting into a ring again to box when he said he's retired, why? Why do it?
Floyd's broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
So anyone, Floyd's made $1 billion. Floyd has gotten $300 million for Pacquiao, $300 million for McGregor. That might be true, but that money does not exist anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, so Mike Tyson, he did real well too. Evander Holyfield, again, it's not what you made. And don't forget, boxing and MMA math, whatever that number is, you get 30% of. So 30% of $1 billion, he still did really well, but not when you're spending money like that. I mean, that's just the way it works. We've seen a progression of these guys, one after the next, that all end up the same way. And that's broke, and they're just not smart with their money. And, I mean, that's all it comes down to. I'm not even trying to bag on Floyd. Look, he's just not a very bright guy. He's surrounded with even less bright guys. This is the way it works when you're a boxer and you go spend that kind of money. If you ever buy things that cost money to own, you're going to be broke.
Love him or hate him, Mayweather has earned a reputation not only for dominating in the ring, but also for being one of the most arrogant athletes in sports history. He's openly stated that he cares more about money than his legacy. That mindset may have brought him wealth, at least for a while, but it's also earned him a lot of hate. And for his critics, that dislike makes his potential downfall all the more satisfying.
My man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. Yeah. I need everybody. At Girl Collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl Collection. Yeah.
When Mayweather came out of retirement to fight Logan Paul, it wasn't about competition, it was about money. His debts and the costs of his lavish lifestyle had piled up, and this YouTube spectacle became his big payday. But Logan Paul turned things around, accusing Floyd of not paying the $3 million he owed. The whole thing shifted from boxing to a battle of legal threats. Logan even joked online that Floyd might be broke. While it was a joke, the truth behind it stings. No one really knows where Floyd's money is going. The bottom line? Real billionaires don't need to remind the world they're wealthy every other day.
Floyd Mayweather was trying to give y'all the fights, and everybody starts saying that this guy was too old, this guy was too that. Floyd Mayweather starts saying F all of y'all. F the belts, F you, F everything. I'm taking y'all to the bank. I'm robbing y'all. Belts does nothing but collect dust, money over legacy, currency over legacy, because he felt underappreciated. I train all day long, and I'm doing this to try to be one of the greats. Forget that. I'm going to do it for me. He became one of the most selfish fighters you'll ever hear. That's why I never blamed Floyd. When y'all hear me say the Floyd Mayweather effect, a lot of Floyd Mayweather fans, you hate on Mayweather already. No, I'm talking about the effect. Floyd Mayweather is an all-time great fighter, but people grab the wrong things because most people aren't about hard work and dedication anyway. That's why to be great is rare. Most people try to find that shortcut, and they only saw Floyd's shortcut. They never saw a scenic route.
Things took a turn when Logan Paul threatened to sue Floyd over the unpaid millions. He made it clear, "I'll see you in court." If Logan wins, it won't just be a financial blow. It'll be another hit to Floyd's already tarnished reputation. These aren't just bad business decisions, they're signs of someone spiraling.
Mayweather is bankrupt. At least that's what Logan Paul thinks. Logan hopped on the Walkway to Fight Club show, and when he was asked about being paid, he was nothing short of honest.
It's unfortunate because, same Floyd Money Mayweather. Surely I was going to get my check fairly quickly, right? And that didn't happen, so I'm sure it'll come eventually, right? I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't have any money. I kind of joke and I'm facetious and I point the finger at Floyd. Well, I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe a little bit, but something tells me Floyd doesn't control where the money goes. Or maybe he does. I don't know. And I don't really care. I just want my money.
I remember the week before I fought Floyd, I was in my hotel room by myself with my mind about to implode.
You're about to fight arguably the greatest boxer of all time.
As an 0-1 YouTuber.
It's great that you got the job done of getting the paperwork. I got Floyd Mayweather to agree to fight me. But you gave a respectable performance to where people walked away and it's not a gimmick anymore.
I owe Floyd a thanks. Floyd Mayweather, looking forward to receiving the rest of the money you owe me, but thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
This wouldn't be Floyd's first run-in with the law. He's already done time in jail and frequently talks about how fame took away his freedom. But the irony is his choices, whether financial or personal, keep pulling him closer to more legal trouble. All the money in the world doesn't matter if you end up behind bars.
Or is that something that you can't disclose right now?
He has not paid me in full. That is a fact.
No
short a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a...
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
Former friend 50 Cent even shared his story, saying Floyd never paid him back for projects he helped fund. Floyd's excuse: he claimed he never asked him to do it. That response shows not just a lack of gratitude, but a troubling pattern of using people when it suits him and discarding them afterward. Floyd Mayweather once called himself the best ever and built an empire with his fists. But now, he's watching it all fall apart due to his ego, scams, and reckless spending. From legal threats to fake investments, from unpaid fighters to shady endorsements, it's clear the empire is burning. And this time, there may not be a second chance for a comeback.
I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.